Wait for me. Hey, ho, let the bombs blow, let the dominoes fall, I ain't got control.
Hey everyone, it's Ivan, KidBadger.com, here today to start my journey to the 2019 Tactical Games in Meridian, Mississippi. And the reason I'm starting here in Q is because I came to have one of my buddies, Nick, build me this guy. It is ultimately a prototype of what will be the Q Sugar Weasel. So to get this guy going, I actually need to get some sights on it, need to get some sort of optic and throw my sling on there, which is what I'm about to do. Knowing I was going to be using this, I came prepared in this Explorer case that flew with me. Got my iron sights from Scalarworks, as well as the Leap mount, my Trijicon RMR, and to make sure that stuff's torqued right, I have my kit here from Fix-It sticks, torque limiters, and lastly, my Edgar Sherman design sling. Gonna get all this stuff on there. I now have this guy all set up. Next step, of course, go zero this little guy and off to the Tactical Games. Hey everyone, it's Ivan, KidBadger.com. I'm out here. This is going to be day one out here at the Tactical Games. Been hanging out with Wiseman Company. There's Ben over there. But yeah, no, it's going to be fun. Again, just like last year, zero expectations. It's supposed to rain, so I guess my expectation is it will be wet and muddy. But I don't know. Past that, just looking at coming out and having a lot of fun, and we'll see what the day holds.
First of all, welcome to the third Tactical Games event in Meridian, Mississippi. I know a lot of you have traveled a long way.
This whole thing's honestly been kind of last minute, and this trip dovetailed into an earlier trip. So that's why in here I have this mini fix, second one in existence. Then I'm gonna be running this guy, this prototype Sugar Weasel by Q. And fortunately, thank you Edgar, I have this pistol, never shot it before. Long story short, it's supposed to have a 2011, it didn't come in. Or from Triarch, or it came in, had to send it back. There were some issues with it, so last minute borrowed this, borrowed a holster. Gonna get this party going. And then right here, this got drop shipped to a friend who brought it. Hopefully it's all here. Bam, all my ammo. I got some 147 grain, 9mm, and then also in here, for my rifle, I have the 223 68 grain boat tail hollow point from Minuteman Munitions. Stuff's treated me well, so we'll see how all this stuff does. It's game day. I've actually never tied these limbs. This is how they came. Pretty much have slipped my feet into them, ran them. But since it's for reals today, it's finally time to actually tie these, because I do not want them coming undone. That would be bad news.
And there ain't no telling who's in charge here. Hey, ho, let the bombs blow, let the dominoes fall, I ain't got control.
All right, time to do this. We ended up just getting our loadout, which for this first battle, I guess it is, 10 rounds of pistol, and then you're good, man. And then 2 magazines of 25 for the rifle. This first event looks like it involves some sandbag carry, rifle, I think only probably out to like 50. A little bit of shoot house with pistol, some more rifle, some more sandbag, rope climb, stuff like that. So we'll see what happens. I just finished my first heat. I was basically the second heat in the elite division. They started with the first one. It comprised of grabbing the sandbag, running however far down to those ropes, rope climb, drop the sandbag, rope climb, 25 rounds rifle at I think 50 yards, and then coming around, went in this shoot house over there. At the shoot house, basically had to engage this target. After you do that, there's this little mind game which made no sense to me. I was like, whatever, all right, let me go. Ended up eating the time, came back out, another 25 rounds at 50 yards rifle, pistol. I think popper was at like 25 yards. Yeah, 25 rounds at 50 yards with the rifle. Needed to knock down the popper at 25 yards pistol. Did that, rope climb, sandbag back, done. But ultimately pretty happy. Even though I was in the second heat, I don't know, whatever. My time, I'm doing pretty good. I'm pleased with myself. I didn't drop something to where I'm like, damn, like that was a waste. Like all my rounds were in the A box at 50 yards. Stoked on that. Prototype rifle zeroed at once, so I'm really pleased with that. But I'm excited, I'm having fun, zero expectations. I ended up just finishing battle 2, heat 2, and the event, it was rough, man. Like sandbag carry over to like climbing up through basically a fire tower, shooting out of a window, like 20 rounds, going up, shooting out of the top of that tower back there, or there, whichever side. Another 20 rounds out to around, I think 220, 250 yards. And prototype sugar weasel with a 12 3/4 inch barrel. Thank you, Nick. He basically cut this down for me and put it together for me. But honestly, I wasn't really sure how this one was gonna go because put like 20 rounds through it, zeroing at 50 yards. But I'm actually really pleased. Out of those 40 rounds, I ended up dropping 4. And considering most decidedly had an elevated heart rate, overall, I'm actually really pleased with my performance. But like that was half of it. Ended up having to drop kit and going down and climbing through this ridiculous, like disgusting tunnel. I'm really glad I had gloves on. I may or may not have like tetanus at this point. Got eaten up. There's also all kinds of rebar, and I'm wearing these guys. I don't even know if I got my knee up high enough, but the Prometheus Design Works Raider pants. Literally going through my mind is like, man, I'm gonna end up tearing these like awesome $200 pants. Like this is probably gonna happen, even though they were actually given to me for review. Still, I was like, man, these are like my nicest pants, and I did tear them, but it's relatively small. I think I got away lucky. Some people came with like the whole ass ripped out of their pants. So overall, it was a good time, and I'm pleased with my time for what I did. I don't think there was a point there where I was like, you know what? I could go fast. I'm like, no, I was ready to lay down and take a nap in the tunnel. Like it was rough. Like it was horrible, horrible, horrible. And I'm really glad I'm done, but got 2 down. I have 1 more, I think, today. I don't know if they're gonna have a 4th event, but 1 more to go. I'll see where I am in the standing, and yeah, I'm having fun. I just finished my 3rd battle of the day, and it might have been the roughest. Like, I had to dig deep. Ultimately, it starts and ends with, I don't know how many yards that is, but 2 40-pound water jugs, 5-gallon water jugs, down like over by that car, drop them, 10 rounds rifle at like 100 yards, then grab a sandbag up and around this way, and then there were 10 shots rifle at like 240 yards. I ended up dropping 5 on that. Would have rather not. A couple things. One, it was a really awkward position. It was like super low off of the bench, like essentially a bench, like picnic table bench, off of the seat portion of it, and you had one other person shooting on it, so they're putting input. I got what I got. And then carry that sandbag back down and around. Again, 10 more shots at 100 with the rifle. I actually dropped one. I started going too fast, got sloppy. And then there's a little steel plate down there, 15 yards or whatever. I dropped my first one. I was pretty smoked. Picked it up on my second one. Then grabbed those water jugs, and it's a suck fest back up here. Like, it's rough. But yeah, I wish I didn't drop those rounds at 240 yards. Personally, I think I should have probably just turned my optic off and ran with my irons. But losing light is probably a little too bright. Whatever, man. I got what I got. I'm out here having fun. So I'm glad day 1's over, and we'll see what day 2 holds. It's been crazy windy, so I don't know. Fortunately, we haven't got rained on too much, but we'll see what tomorrow has. It's been a good time overall, though.
Yeah.